Hold a gold ring in your hand and ask a simple question. What is it actually good for? You cannot eat it. You cannot build a house from it. It will not keep you warm or heal a wound. Chemically, gold is one of the most boring metals on the entire planet. It barely reacts with anything at all. And yet, for thousands of years, human beings have crossed oceans, fought wars, and dug the deepest mines on Earth to get it. We have decided that this soft, shiny, nearly useless metal is one of the most valuable things in the world. So here is the real mystery. If gold does almost nothing useful, then why on earth is it worth anything at all? The answer is a strange mix of chemistry, history, and a story that all of humanity secretly agreed to believe. Let us be brutally honest about gold first. Compared to almost every other metal, it is practically a couch potato. Iron becomes bridges and blades. Copper carries electricity through your walls. Aluminium flies as aeroplanes across the sky. Gold, by comparison, mostly just sits there and looks pretty. Beautiful, yes, but not exactly hard at work. Today, most of the gold we dig up becomes two things: jewellery to wear and bars to store away in vaults. Only a small slice of it does any real job. A little goes into the tiny connectors inside your phone and computers. A tiny bit more once went into dentistry, filling teeth. But that use is small and shrinking every year. So the vast majority of all the gold ever mined is not building anything. It is just being looked at or locked away, which makes the mystery even deeper. We pour incredible effort into a metal that mostly just glitters. Why? To understand why, imagine you had to invent money from scratch. And your only rule is that it must be a pure element. Chemists like to play exactly this game. Take all the elements on the periodic table and cross out the ones that could never be money. First, throw out all the gases. Money that floats away the moment you open your wallet is not very useful. Next, throw out the wildly reactive metals. Some of these fizz, burn, or even explode the instant they touch water. Now throw out anything radioactive. As one chemist joked, you really do not want your cash to give you cancer. Then remove the elements that are far too common to feel special, and the ones so rare you could never collect enough. You are left with only a tiny handful of metals near the center, the rare, stable, noble ones. And even they have problems. Platinum is wonderful, but its melting point is so high that ancient people simply could not melt it in their fires. Silver is a strong contender, and it was used for money. But silver has one annoying flaw. It slowly tarnishes and goes dark. And when the dust settles, one metal is left standing almost alone: gold. It is the sweet spot of the entire periodic table. Because gold is so unreactive, it never rusts, never tarnishes, never rots. A gold coin from the ancient world still gleams today. It is the only metal with that rich, warm, yellow glow. You can spot real gold across a crowded room in an instant. It is soft and easy to work. Ancient smiths could melt it, hammer it, and split it into neat, equal little pieces. It is dense and heavy for its size, so a fake made of lighter metal feels wrong in the hand at once. And it is rare, but not impossibly so. Rare enough to feel precious, common enough that you can actually find some. Inert, beautiful, workable, hard to fake, and just rare enough. No other element ticks every single box like gold. So gold was not really chosen at random. In a strange way, chemistry itself nudged us toward it. Physics dealt the cards. For most of history, though, gold was not neat coins. It was lumps and dust and jewellery, weighed out on scales for every deal. Then, around 2,500 years ago, in a kingdom called Lydia, in what is now Turkey, something clever happened. The Lydians started stamping small, standard lumps of precious metal, each with a fixed weight and an official mark pressed into it. This was the birth of coins. And that little stamp did something magical. It turned a lump of metal into a promise. Now you did not have to weigh and test the gold yourself. The mark told you exactly how much precious metal was inside. Their king became so wealthy from this that his name survived for thousands of years. We still say a rich person is rich as a king of old. With trusted coins, a stranger in a distant town would take your money without knowing you at all. Gold had become a shared language. If a nearly useless metal quietly running the whole world is the kind of thing that fascinates you, tap subscribe. Curio uncovers one of these every single day. Okay, back to the gold. But now we reach the strangest part of the whole story, because even perfect chemistry cannot fully explain gold's power. A gold coin is only worth something because you believe the next person will also accept it as valuable. The historian Yuval Noah Harari calls money the most successful story ever told. A story every one of us silently agrees to believe. Gold is not valuable because a king declared it, or because a law demands it. It is valuable because we all quietly trust that it is. For centuries, this trust was so strong that whole countries backed their paper money with real gold locked in vaults. A dollar was, in effect, a paper promise. Hand it in, and you could swap it for a fixed weight of gold. Then, in 1971, an American president quietly cut that final thread. Paper money would no longer be backed by gold. From that day, our money has been backed by nothing but trust in governments. Pure story, all the way down. And yet, even in this world of pure paper and pixels, humans still crave gold. Central banks and families still pile it up. So which is it really? Is gold valuable because of its chemistry, or only because of the story we tell about it? And here, scientists give a beautifully honest answer. The truth is, it is both, tangled together so tightly we cannot fully separate them. The chemistry was not random. Of all the elements, gold really is the best physical fit for money. Physics narrowed the choice, but physics alone cannot set a price. A metal only becomes treasure once millions of people decide, together, that it is treasure. Once that belief takes hold, it feeds itself. Gold is precious because we treasure it, and we treasure it because it is precious. You cannot really point to the exact moment a shiny rock became wealth. There was no vote, no signing, no single first day. It was a quiet agreement, whispered across thousands of years, that this particular metal would carry the weight of our trust. So why is gold worth anything? Not because it is useful. In raw practical terms, it is one of the most useless metals we have. It is worth something because it is almost perfectly suited to be a symbol. Rare, unchanging, beautiful, and impossible to fake. And because on top of that chemistry, we layered the most powerful force humans have. A shared, unshakable belief. Gold is a mirror. It reflects not what it can do, but what we, together, have decided it should mean. Its value was never really inside the metal at all. It has always been inside us, in the story we keep choosing to tell. A soft, shiny, near-useless element, carrying the trust of the entire human race. That is the real magic of gold. So next time a piece of gold catches your eye, remember, you are not looking at treasure, you are looking at a promise we all agreed to keep. Stay curious.